All right, let's see if there's any other. Let me just go by the trade block because I put it on high. Let me go on medium and go to 4-star because that is different. I think it is, anyways. Search the list. All right, let me just see if there's somebody else in there that we can maybe fill up our what's it called, our third or fourth line with that is very low trade value. Like, there's a lot of players in there. All right, but like Mark Scheifele, look at his trade value. It's crap, but he's already 79 overall and he's 22 years old. Or Zibanejad, a nice little what's it called? Super sweet. All right, so yeah, let's check out these two players: Scheifele, Zibanejad. 70, 70, 70, 70, 74, Niederreiter. No, let's Zibanejad and Scheifele. Yeah, let's check both these guys out. Oh, no, whatever, I'll just remember them. Oh, yeah, Zibanejad, right. Let's check out his individual stats here. I'm looking for third and fourth liners. He's already listed as a fourth liner. Defensive awareness is 84. Discipline is 87. Body checking is 86. He's decent passing. He's getting better. Oh, yeah, this guy's a great player to go after. Mika Zibanejad. Hell yeah, man. All right, so let's try to go up. Well, he doesn't have, he's got, like, they don't want to get rid of him. Who is the other player? Zibanejad and Scheifele. Let's see if Scheifele's a green name, because it'd be a lot easier to get that player then. Scheifele's a center, I believe. Scheifele. Okay, he's not, though. Let's see how good Scheifele is. Defensive awareness, 82. Offensive awareness, 82. He's got better puck skills. He is more rounded overall, like every category, you know, 80s. Lower 80s, so he will be getting good. But I think Mika Zibanejad is the better choice right now, all right? I can make multiple trades because we are going into a reload stage right now. I'd like to get these players while they are still very low trade value, all right? They are very low trade value. Where is he? Zibanejad. I mean, look how low it is. It's way down there. I can definitely get this guy, all right? So let's trade some prospects here that we know we don't need. And that would be defensive prospects. That would definitely be defensive prospects. All right, so Carlson, Johnson, Morrissey, because Morrissey's already coming up, so we know we're using him. Alsner, Gardner, all right, and whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and then Schultz is 6. So we have Bystrom, Pelech, Finn, and Thrower. We have 4 defensive prospects in the system. We don't need all 4. All right. So let's. I don't really care which one it is. Pelech and Bystrom are already 2 full 2-star players. Finn and Thrower. I want to keep. It might have to be Finn, Matt Finn, even though he's the Leaf. Might have to give him up. Yeah, I think I have to give him up. 65 overall. The other guys are better overall. They're the same age. I'll give up Matt Finn. All right, so we still have Pelech, Pelech, Thrower, and Bystrom as our 3 defensive prospects. All right, I think Matt Finn for Zibanejad will work straight up. A defensive prospect for a forward prospect. Will it go through? Yes, it did. All right, I'm happy to accept this offer or accept this proposal on behalf of the Ottawa Senators. All right, perfect. Now let's go back to Mark Scheifele, and let's see if we can make a move for Scheifele now, all right? Scheifele, there he is. Let's see, is there any, I don't want to trade away any more of our defensive prospects. I like what we've done, all right? I want to hold on to Thrower, Bystrom, and Pelech. They're 20, and 21 years old. You got to hold on to those guys. Let's see if we have any forward prospects here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Carlson's going to be playing. Vermette's going to be playing. I want Scheifele to be playing. So we got Bork, Samuelson, Boyce Roteval, Sutter, Stephenson, Teravainen, Huden. All right, so I'm going to trade away this Huden guy. I know he's got the 4 reds, but they're like red stars, all right? Yeah, he doesn't fit into our team. He wasn't a draft pick of ours. The red stars for me, like, they really are hit and miss. I've seen 1 or 2 get good, but more than not, I see them being crap, all right? So we're going to put Huden in there for Scheifele. I could see them accepting that. We actually do have a lot of forward prospects. They're just all 3.5 star. So I can definitely, yeah, look at them all. They're all 3.5 star. So I can definitely give up one of these 3.5 star players. I think Nordstrom maybe. Yeah, he's 23 years old. Or you know what, this Weston guy, because he had red stars as well, right? Yeah, he had 3.5 red. Yeah, I can definitely give up this John Weston guy. All right, so I'll give up John Weston. There you go. All right, so we got Huden and Weston for Mark Scheifele. All right, 23 and a 21-year-old for a 22-year-old. I think they're getting a pretty good combination back. All right, so let's see if it'll go through. Yes, it did. All right, so there's not too much to deliberate on this deal. Very nicely done. All right, so we filled up our third line now with Antoine Vermette, Zibanejad, and Mark Scheifele. Now we have 5 points, or 5 5.95. 5 mil, jeez, excuse me. 5 mil to go out there and get 2 fourth liners. And this is good because now we can spend some money on those fourth liners, all right? So we're not going to go after Kane. We're not going to go after Sanguinetti, Toulouse, none of those players. Get me some defensive prospect forwards. Not going after Justin Williams. Zach Hamill, I mean, you've been replaced, son. You have been replaced. You know what? I might re-sign you if I can. Well, Curtis Glencross, you'd be better to get defensively than Zach. Yeah, no. Hamill, you lost your spot on our team. You're asking for too much. All right, Blake Como, 82. Let me just look at all these guys' defensive awareness. 83. Glencross looks like a good player to sign. Eric Fair, nope. Lapierre, nope. I'm just looking at defensive. Ooh, yeah, Mike Fisher. He's all around good. All right, Fisher might be the best one. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do Mike Fisher for 1 year. Let me just raise it up a little bit so I make sure I get him at 1.7. All right, very nice. And let's get Curtis Glencross as well for 1 year. Now he wants 3, so let's give him a little bit just so to make sure that we get him. All right, well 1.7 I got to make sure, so 3.3 for 1 year. All right, very nice. And that should take care of our fourth line then. All right, and we're going to assign the injury players in a second. Let's just see if we get Curtis Glencross and what's his face? And Mike Fisher on this team, all right? Let's keep going. Bibo! All right, so we got those 2 goalie rookies, so that's good. Another 2 prospect rookies. We're going to need those because Hope's going to be gone in a year or 2, so we need to start growing another backup. We can always go out and get a backup, but still. So Curtis Glencross is on our team, and Mike Fisher is on our team. Very nicely done. So we have 40 players under contract. So last but not least, let us just go down here and sign some of these sign some of these depth defensemen, all right, for 2-way contracts. So I'll sign you. All right, that's a defenseman. Condra, no, he wants a real contract. All these defensemen. I'll get this guy again. Yeah, 2 defensemen we can have. Yeah, that's fine there. Justin Braun. All right, now I need some forwards. Give me some forwards with some shitty contracts. Let's see, all the way down here. All right, Greenhoff. No, I think that's a one-way deal. No, it's 2-way. All right, Greenhoff. There you go. Ritterwall, sure, we'll grab this guy as well. Perfect. We just need these guys for the playoffs if we run into injury problems. You, very nice, and we'll get this Torrey Mitchell guy. Yeah, Torrey Mitchell. All right, perfect. So we've built our team for another cup run. Absolutely, all right? We stayed away from Patrick Kane. I'm very happy that we stayed away from Patrick Kane, all right? But we've reloaded our team, basically. I know the end of this. We're not a dynasty, obviously, but I know the end of this team is coming. Oh, Grundle. Look, I appreciate it, but I've decided to go with another team. All right, I understand. We're not a dynasty, but this team, the team of Backstrom, Datsuk, Ovechkin, Eriksson, Stastny, and Ribeiro, you know, this team is coming to an end soon. All right, so you know what? We went out there and got Scheifele and Zibanejad. Are they going to be first liners for us? Probably not, but they may push as our second liners of the future. And if they don't, well, then maybe we can sign them to very cheap contracts and have a really good young third line, all right? Because we know our first line is going to be Backstrom and Ovechkin for the future, all right? Second line is up for grabs. It really is, because who's the youngest guy in that second line? Ribeiro? No, not Ribeiro. It's I think it might be Eriksson, and he's already like 29, 30. So that second line is definitely getting old, all right? So you know what? Let's switch over. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's switch over so you guys can just see the lineups, all right? So you can help me edit the lines. Hang on 1 second. All right, so we're back. All right, so this video is not going to go too much longer. I just wanted you guys to see what our lines could look like so you can help me out in the next video, and we'll get the season simulation started in that next video, okay? So let me just get the rosters the right way. Holtby and Klein going to be our 1-2 again. Klein gets the day 1 start, absolutely. Should we do the 2-to-2 ratio once again, or 2-to-1 now? Does Klein deserve it? I think up to the All-Star break, we should do 2-to-2, and I think Klein's going to be the better goalie, but still, I think we should do 2-to-2 to maximize our regular season's points, all right? So it's going to be Holtby and Klein, yep. Defensively, we know this. Johnson, Carlson, Gardner, Alzner, Schultz, and Morrissey. Yes, we're giving Morrissey the chance, all right? And he's going to get some power play time, because I've seen that. Slap shot power, 97. Wrist shot power, 96. Hell yeah, we're putting this guy in the power play, okay? The only thing is, look, our defensemen, we actually don't have any top 2 defensemen anymore. I don't know if that's going to come back to bite us in the ass, but at least we have 4 really good defensemen, you know what I mean? They're all pushing that top 2 spot, so it's not the worst thing. All right, in the prospects, yeah, we don't have anybody. That's fine. And forwards, let's bring up the forwards that we need. Zibanejad, yep. Fisher, yep. Chimera, Scheifele, Glencross, Carlson, Vermette. I think that's it. I think that's everybody. No, I can send Zibanejad down. What the hell? There must be somebody on the team here that shouldn't be. Hang on. Chimera, Fisher, Zibanejad, Scheifele, Glencross, Carlson, Vermette, Barrow, Stastny, Eriksson, Backstrom. What? Do I have one too many players here? Did I sign too many players in the... did I not think? Hang on. Let's see how it sets up the lines here. Who's not dressed? Scheifele, really? Where's the... Did I sign too many players? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's what it was. Right. I forgot about the Carlson guy after I signed Zibanejad and Scheifele, all right? So actually we had one too many players because I got, what's his name in here? Not Scheifele, it's, yeah, Vermette would go there. It's Glencross, right, Glencross. So, we're going to have to figure this out. We actually have one too many forwards. I miscalculated, all right? So, our lineup, I'll put the lineups the way they were last year, right? Datsyuk, Ovechkin, Backstrom. Second line is going to be Ribeiro on the right wing, Eriksson on the left wing, and Paul Stastny in the middle, all right? I really like that second line. I really like that first line. Now it comes down to this. Maybe, you know, since Antoine Vermette is a better defensive player, we put him down in the third line, or the fourth line. We allow Zibanejad, Carlson, and what's his name, Scheifele on the third line, and then we stack up the fourth line with Antoine Vermette, Curtis Glencross, and either Fisher or Chimera. All right, whichever one's better, Fisher or Chimera. All right. So actually, we have 13 forwards. So I'll let you guys come up with some suggestions for us. I think the first two lines are set in stone, but yeah, what should we do? Should we send Carlson, Zibanejad, or Scheifele down to the minors for 1 year, or should we give them third line time? All right. Let me know, boys. Defensively, I think we should keep them the same. All right. I think it should be Gardner Johnson, Carlson, Alzner, and Schultz and Morrissey. He should get third line defensive time here, but the power play, yeah, look, they already have him on the first line power play. We should definitely put him on the first line power play, all right? So he'll get his points from the power play. It doesn't matter if he's down here, all right? So let me know about the lines, power play, penalty kill, everything. I think we have a better team than we did last year. It doesn't look like Datsyuk has gotten any worse, and we don't have Johansson and Hamill anymore, but we have Zibanejad, Carlson, and Scheifele now, all right? So I'm liking the way our team looks, definitely. And now with an elite goalie like Klein, President's Trophy. No excuse why we can't win the President's Trophy this year. All right, boys, so let's end it. It's going way too long. I will see you guys when we start up the season.